Welcome to Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is February the 2nd, 2023. We got some AEW to talk about, and my dog is looking at me weird. I'm sorry. Did I wake you? I'm sorry. I'm talking to the people now. I'm sorry. He's giving me that big googly brown eyes. I'm sorry, my poochie. Oh boy, I love my doggy. I love him. He's my little child. He's my little baby boy. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW to talk about here. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going back to bed, guys. I don't think we'll wake up with now, but ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW, and we're gonna be talking about some championships. I totally forgot how far the next pay-per-view is. It's in a month. In March. And ladies, I heard that. I just thought about it. We're going to see Bryan Danielson versus a whole bunch of random people for a whole month. We've been seeing that the last couple of weeks, but still, we're going to see a whole month of this again. Oh my god. Because he just had a match. He had a match with Timothy Thatcher. He's going to have a match next week. He's going to have a match on the other week. And the other. Oh, my God. I feel sorry for the people that is losing to Bryan Danielson. But, ladies and gentlemen, on AEW, not a lot of things happen. I guess Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter is good guys now because Saraya and Tony Storm just turned bad and they attacked Britt Baker. When they were doing the interview with Chris Jericho people, there's going to be a gauntlet match. The Sabi and Daniel Garcia gauntlet match to see if Ricky Starks gets a rematch with Chris Jericho. But didn't he beat Chris Jericho in that one-on-one match? I thought he did. Why does he need a rematch? For the tag team match? Or, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW here. I know I just said that like 5 times now. Not a lot of segments happen. Not a lot of segments. There's a lot of pointless interviews. Jungle Boy is saying that he's not going to win tag titles this year. He wants to win singles titles. That was kind of pointless there because, okay, you couldn't say that like a different time, like or on Rampage, a show that I don't watch very much. But you had to tell us that you're going to try to win singles title. Now go do it. Don't tell us. Don't spit it out. Start doing it. Hello. That's it. And a whole bunch of interviews. MJF and the Japanese wrestler will have a match with each other. Ali will be having a match with Jamie Hayter next week. In the Eliminator match for the Women's World Championship. I don't know. And on Rampage, the Elite will be in action against Matt Hardy, Ethan Page, and Isaiah somebody. Isaiah Cassidy, I think his name is. I forgot who these Private Party guys is. But they haven't been shown. And now they're going to show on Rampage and they're going to lose to the Elite. Isn't it Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn? I don't know where Mark Quinn is again. Mark Quinn is injured again. But some of these, even Top Flight, not Dante, Darius, I think that's his name is. He's always getting injured, and now Mark Quinn is always getting injured. Or they just don't want to show Mark Quinn. I don't know what's happening. There's too many things happening in AEW in 2 different shows. Like, hello, can you stop telling me different stories of different things on every single show? Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening with Swerve Strickland. He has a problem with Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes, I know, I heard the tragic that his mother passed away. Rest in peace to the Rhodes family. Because that's Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes' mother. And that is upsetting. Rest in peace to her. And I hope everything gets better for the Rhodes family. I believe it was the mother or the grandmother, one of them. But it's still upsetting. That's why we haven't seen Dustin Rhodes. Well, technically, we haven't seen Dustin Rhodes a lot because he's old and he's like a jobber right now in AEW. But he's old. He doesn't have to wrestle whole bunch of times. We heard that Christopher Daniels will be in action in Rampage against Rouge. When is the last time we've seen Christopher Daniels in action? I don't know. But let's get to the matches now. We got Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in their third match. But ladies and gentlemen, the match didn't start in a while. It took like a minute because they were fighting in the backstage. Jon Moxley brought his father to the audience because he didn't jump over the barricade. But ladies and gentlemen, and then they were fighting in where the audience is. But ladies and gentlemen, they all fought, and then they went back in the ring. But for some reason, Jon Moxley was bleeding. I didn't see that part. But ladies and gentlemen, he was bleeding. But it was a pretty decent match, and a long match. But it was pretty decent. But the winner of that match was Jon Moxley. But Jon Moxley is not happy how he won, so he got in the face of Hangman on the page. And then Claudio and Wheeler Yuta came out and got in the face of Hangman as well. And stopped trying to make sure these guys don't fight each other. So I'm guessing we might have another match for maybe Revolution, but with a stipulation in it. That's what I think. Then we had the Acclaim versus two jobbers. So the World Tag Team Champions versus jobbers. Guess what? They're wrestling another tag team that's jobbers next week. Because ladies and gentlemen, next week, the Gunn Club, Colton Gunn and Austin Gunn, almost forgot his name, they came out and they issued a challenge to the Acclaim, and they said, we want to answer now. But the Acclaim listened to the fans and asked them, does the Gun Club deserve a shot of the tag titles? They said no. And then they start bickering, and then Billy Gunn says he's done. He walked out. He went on top of the ramp. And then Mr. Austin Gunn made it personal. Because remember when Billy Gunn was a full-time wrestler in the WWE, when Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn was, I guess, babies or little children? Billy Gunn walked away from them because he had to be on the road. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that didn't bug Billy Gunn, but they talk about his personal issue. I'm not going to talk about it because it's upsetting. But, ladies and gentlemen, his personal issue that he done in the past. And, ladies and gentlemen, that got Billy Gunn triggered, and he went back in the ring, and he accepted the tag team title match for the Acclaim at AEW next week. So that's going to be happening right there. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Japanese wrestler, because I don't know how to say his name, will be versus Brian Cage. Not bad a match, not bad. But the winner of that match was the Japanese wrestler. He beat Brian Cage. And then we got Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher. These guys want to destroy each other. Timothy just want to rip the arm off of Bryan Danielson. But at the end, the referee got hit. He got knocked out. And then MJF came out and put his little little ring on his finger, like he's getting married to himself. And then the Japanese wrestler just came out of nowhere and attacked MJF. And then Bryan Danielson wins the match with a running knee. And then we heard that next week it will be Bryan Danielson having another match against Rouge. And of course, MJF, after his brawl between the Japanese wrestler, and got the announcement that he will be facing the Japanese wrestler in an eliminator match for the world title. And then he went to Rouge's dressing room and he offered a whole bunch of money to beat up Bryan Danielson very badly, that he can't make it or beat him. That he will not make it to Revolution, because that's how Bryan Danielson becomes the number one contender. He has to win every match he's in. So it's like a bounty. You win money. Technically, MJF gave Rouge one suitcase of money for free. But he says there's another 5 with your name on it if you win. So technically it's not a bounty if you're giving out free money. So it's not a bounty, but it's a bounty to destroy Bryan Danielson. Then we had Jay Cargill versus Red Velvet for the TBS title. Guys, I'm getting tired of this, man. I'm getting tired of Jay Cargill holding this championship. People are getting tired of Bianca Belair holding the title, but Bianca Belair, she's not the only one that held this championship. There was other people, other ladies that actually won this championship, and she did not hold it like almost 2 years. Yes, Roman has, but people are loving this storyline between Roman Reigns. They're loving it, and ladies and gentlemen, they're trying to find the top guys. Roman's not versing jobbers every single week. He's making great matches every single time he's in a match. Jay Cargill is versing jobbers and the same people that she's beaten already. But she's the only person that held this TBS title. You can't compare it to anyone. It's getting really annoying. Now she versus Red Velvet. Didn't she beat Red Velvet like almost a year ago for that championship? That's how Red Velvet turned to a baddie? Who else is going to versus this girl? Why would you get a top superstar, a top wrestler to face Jay Cargill? I'm getting tired of this now. Jay Cargill fighting, have a record. She thinks she's Undertaker or something, but with the TBS title. I'm getting tired of it, man. I'm getting really tired to see Jay Cargill holding this championship. I'm getting tired of it, man. There's no point of this TBS title if you're just going to put on Jay Cargill. Nobody cares. I don't care. What is going on with the storytelling? When is the last time Jay Cargill ever had a rivalry for her title? It's always a random draw championship match that's on Dynamite or on Rampage. When is the last time she had a rivalry? I think it was against Tay Mello, maybe. No, with Nia Rose. Never mind, Nia Rose. When she stole it. But that didn't take long either. Oh my God. Like, seriously. The winner of that match was Jay Cargill, thanks to Kiera Hogan distracting the referee when she attacked Layla Gray. I don't know why was that a distraction? Because I've seen in WWE somebody hitting another manager that's not a manager, and I don't think Layla Gray is a manager. How's that? I don't know. I don't know what to say. But ladies and gentlemen, the referee got distracted. Red Velvet had the win, and then she lost. Jay Cargill is still the champion, 50-0. Congrats. Get rid of it. Please, just get rid of this title reign. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of this title reign. Then we had a no-holds barred match for the TNT title. And it was a pretty decent match, but I don't understand why you have this winner. Because you made him lose the title a couple weeks ago to Darby Allin to make him win it back. But make him like a monster in a no-holds barred match. It was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it. Darby Allin was dressed, had a jacket full of thumbtacks all over his jacket. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they ripped up the canvas off the ring and exposed the wood. But it was a pretty decent match. Not bad, but the winner of that match was Samoa Joe, and he got the title again. What's the point of it? Why can't Darby Allin beat Samoa Joe? Because he's a small guy? Small guys can beat big guys. Right? Right. I think so. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, the only thing I want AEW to do is better storytelling. Because none of their championships, except for the world title, has a storyline. They kind of have a storyline for the tag titles with Colton and Austin Gunn. They kind of have a storyline for those two. But is it going to end after next week? Will there be a swerve like Billy Gunn betrays the Acclaim again? Who knows? But the other titles, Jimmy Hater versus Ali, that's not a rivalry. That's just a normal match. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. Yes, I understand. She got out of the baddies. She's not part of the Jade Cargill baddies anymore. But what has Red Velvet ever done to get a shot of a TBS title? It's all about the wins and loses records. But some reason, most of the baddies were jobbers. Lena Gray is a jobber. What had Red Velvet done to get a title shot? I understand Samoa Joe, he got a title shot because he gets a rematch because he lost the championship. But Red Velvet does not need a rematch because she's never been the TBS champion. It's only been one champion. So, I don't understand it. I do like the wrestling, but I do like the entertainment part. I don't care that people are saying that, oh, AEW is all about wrestling. They're trying to entertain you guys. Because if they don't entertain you and they just show you wrestling, they won't have a show. They can't sell out their arenas. They can't. That's why it's called a TV show. That's why they need views. They need to entertain the fans because they need views for the network. Because TBS will say, if you don't get views, people are not watching you guys. You guys are gone. I don't want to work with you guys anymore. That's what is going to happen there. So, if you guys think AEW is all about wrestling, it's not just all about wrestling. There's a lot of gimmicks. Okay, there's gimmicks there. People that think they're so rich and all that stuff, maybe they are rich. But there's some gimmicks in there too. The Luchasaurus thinks he's a dinosaur. Like, seriously. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, if they want, it's entertainment. If you're watching off the TV, it's called entertainment. If you're watching off the internet, it's entertainment. They are trying to get views to entertain the TBS network and the TNT network, because that's where Rampage is on. They need to entertain the fans for the network, because if they want to be part of on a TV, on a network, they need views. And that views means people are entertained. I'm not getting entertained right now. I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting bored. It's just getting boring. It's all about the wrestling. I like to see the storylines. I like to see the storytelling. You know why people love the Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn saga? Is because it's a story. Like every TV show should be. A story. AEW is a TV show. There has to be a story. Even sports has some stories. They win. Sometimes they win. That's their story. They win their games. But that's real life. This is not real life. AEW is not real. It's not real. They're not fighting each other for real. So, Tony Khan, stop thinking it's all about the wrestling and stop saying entertainment is not what the fans want. The fans loves Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn rivalry. Now it's a rivalry. They like those things because it's a storytelling. Everybody loves the storytelling. Who in the world likes anything that's happening in AEW? Every time it's Wednesday, I'm like, oh, it's AEW. What is good happening on AEW? It's all about the wrestling. But I don't care about just the wrestling. I like to see the comedy. I like to see the fun. Not just the wrestling. I don't care about blood. It's cool, you have blood. But I don't care about that. I don't like blood. I don't like seeing me bleed. I don't get sick on it. I just don't like seeing it. I don't want me to be hurt. I don't even like seeing my dog bleeding. Every time he goes outside, the salt makes his foot bleed because it's salt. The salt goes in his foot. I don't like his a little cut on his foot. I don't like that bleeding. I get paranoid that there's something happening to him. That's what happens. I don't care about blood. But I do care about the storyline. I care about the entertainment. I like to be entertained, please. That's what... Because I might stop doing AEW results here. Because no story. It's just random matches. The win and loss records is dumb. Right now, it's dumb. Because Red Velvet didn't get a lot of wins. But she is the #1 contender to the TBS title. Oh, Bryan Danielson's getting wins. That's understandable. He's getting a title shot for the world title because of his wins. But Red Velvet did not win. Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn did not win any matches. And they're becoming the #1 contenders to a title. The win and losses records is done with AEW. Start putting stories and start making things feel good to watch. That people want to watch it every single week. People want to see Roman Reigns and Sami every single week. People want to see what happens on SmackDown because Sami betrayed Roman Reigns. People want to see that. Nobody wants to see, Jon Moxley versus Hangman. Or Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. They argued. They yelled at each other. There's no rivalry. There's no storytelling. I don't know why they're fighting. I don't know why it's a championship match. She didn't beat, did she win an Eliminator match? No. I do results on Rampage. Never ever had Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill in an Eliminator match. I do the results. I do every single results here, and none of that been Red Velvet's. Last week, there was no Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill in the Eliminator match. It was Jamie Hayter versus somebody else for an Eliminator match, but not the TBS title. So, I'm not trying to hate on AEW. I'm just trying to get some entertainment. I'm entertained to watch WWE. I'm entertained to watch Impact Wrestling. Because there's comedy, sometimes there's romance, and there's action in Impact Wrestling. They have gimmicks. Like Santino Marella. Now they got Dirty Dango. They got mean guys. They have some fun guys. They have a guy that looks like a freaking bull. Black Taurus, if you guys didn't know what I'm talking about. But ladies and gentlemen, AEW just care about the wrestling, but that's not entertaining for me. It could be entertaining for everybody else, but not for me. Let's see what happens. I'm sorry to hate on AEW, but the only thing I hate on AEW, the wrestling is amazing. There's great wrestlers, there's great talent, but the story, it sucks. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for Impact Wrestling results. That's all for me today. Bye.